Imagine walking into your first day of school. But this time, you're not holding a pencil. You're holding a journal labeled Freedom. The teacher doesn't tell you to sit, they tell you to stand up and think. And instead of memorizing the periodic table, you're handed your first challenge. Build a life where your income doesn't depend on your time. The room goes quiet. One kid raises their hand asking, "But what job do I apply for?" The teacher smiles. "That's the wrong question." There are no desks in rows, no uniforms, no ask permission to speak culture. There's no bell ringing every 45 minutes to remind you to switch to something equally irrelevant. There's only one question written on the board. Who owns your time? No one gives you the answer, because in this school, you're not here to follow. You're here to unlearn. This is real school. The one the wealthy didn't need, because their families already gave them the answers. They were born into trust funds, LLCs, offshore accounts, dividend-paying portfolios. You were born into student loans. They grew up watching their parents buy time. You grew up watching yours trade it for money. They had mentors. You had homework. They were taught ownership. You were taught obedience. Now you're here, day one, and you finally hear the words you never heard in a classroom. You weren't meant to be broke. You weren't meant to live paycheck to paycheck. You weren't meant to retire at 65 with just enough to survive. Because that life they told you was normal? It's not. It's a design, a script, written decades ago for workers, not creators. And the craziest part? You followed it. You spent over 15,000 hours in a classroom. 15,000. That's enough time to start a business, to build a personal brand, to write a book, to travel the world twice, to learn how to invest like the top 1%. Instead, you learned how to memorize facts, regurgitate them, forget them, repeat. You were tested on compliance, not creativity. You were rewarded for repetition, not results. You learned the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But no one showed you how your mind is the powerhouse of your future. You wrote essays on ancient wars, but never once studied the war happening right now, the one between time and money. You were told to follow your passion, but only if it fit inside a degree, only if it came with debt, only if it fit in a box built by someone else. And if it didn't, you were told to be realistic. No one said, you can create a life so free Monday feels like Saturday. You can earn while you sleep. You can build once and get paid forever. No, you were taught to build resumes, not income streams, to chase promotions, not profits, to fear failure more than mediocrity. And for a while, you believed it, until one day you looked around and thought, why does freedom feel so far away? Then it hits you. This system was never designed to make you free. It was designed to make you dependent. Dependent on paychecks. Dependent on approval. Dependent on rules you never agreed to. But real school teaches you the opposite. It teaches you how to think in decades, not pay cycles. It teaches you how to trade skills for scale, not time for tips. It teaches you how to question everything, especially the rules that keep you small. Now imagine the teacher pulls down a projection screen. On it, a timeline, not of historical wars or royal dynasties, but your life, measured in time. 8 hours a day sleeping, 8 hours working, 2 hours commuting, 3 hours glued to a screen trying to forget how tired you are. How much time is left to build something that actually matters? Then they ask, if your paycheck stopped tomorrow, how long could you last? The room is silent. And the answer for most? Not even 30 days. Then the screen changes. It shows two people. Same age, same salary. One saves money in a bank, the other uses money to buy assets. After 10 years, the saver has security and stress. The investor has freedom and flow. One is watching interest eat away at their savings. The other is watching their income stack. Monthly, automatically, silently. That's the difference between working for money and making money work for you. And then you hear a story. It's fictional, but it hits deep. A mother of two, working 3 jobs. Exhausted, burnt out, always behind. She's told she's irresponsible because she can't save. No one told her the dollar is worth half what it used to be. No one taught her that saving is losing. No one showed her how to leverage digital assets, create a side hustle, or build online. Now imagine she was handed this playbook. 1 YouTube video, 1 course, 1 mentor. That's all it takes to start rewriting your future. 1 seed planted in fertile ground. That's the point of this school. You're not learning how to survive here. You're learning how to escape. Escape the cycle. Escape the wage trap. Escape the lie that says you're doing everything right while you're drowning in silent financial anxiety. Because the truth is, if you're living paycheck to paycheck in a world where money moves 24/7 online, you're not underpaid, you're underinformed. The teacher clears the board. They write 2 paths. Path A, go to school, get good grades, get a job, work for 40 years, pray your health outlasts your career, retire, barely. Path B, learn how money works, build systems, buy income-producing assets, own your time, create freedom. Then they ask the class, which one are you on? A few hands go up for Path B, but most sit in silence, because deep down, they already know. They were never even shown Path B. Wealth isn't built with effort, it's built with strategy. Then the teacher turns to the class and says, you're shown how the wealthy protect wealth. They don't just earn, they shield. They don't save in cash, they store in assets. They don't fear taxes, they learn how to reduce them legally. They use life insurance as a private bank. They use LLCs and trust not to look smart, but to stay free. And while the average person is fighting over minimum wage increases, the wealthy are creating maximum leverage because they understand it's not about how hard you work, it's about how long your money works after you stop. Now, the room goes quiet. The board is wiped clean. And in its place, one final question appears. If no one handed you the playbook, will you write your own? Because now you know, the wealthy don't play the same game. They write the rules. They understand that wealth isn't just money. It's the ability to decide how you spend every hour of your life. They're not chasing promotions. They're building pipelines. They're not asking permission. They're taking ownership. And the truth is, you can too, but it starts with a decision. To opt out, to wake up, to stop waiting for someone to save you. You're given your final assignment. It's not a quiz. It's not multiple choice. It's this. Build 1 asset, buy back 1 hour, create 1 cash flow stream, stack it, repeat. Scale it until your freedom number is real, because freedom isn't a fantasy, it's a formula, and it starts here, not in 10 years, now. You don't need perfect timing, you don't need permission, you don't need to be born rich, you need knowledge, you need action, and you need to unlearn what they drilled into you since you were 5 years old. The system taught you how to survive. This channel is here to teach you how to escape. Because here's the truth no one tells you. The longer you wait to change your life, the more your current life becomes your permanent one. And you weren't put here to pay bills and die. You were built for more, so if no one ever handed you the real curriculum, this is it. This is real school, and it starts now.